Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress, and we are currently talking about bed construction and so on. And we're still hauling everything into our base. Now one of the things is, these are berries that are being hauled out. Well, each little batch of these berries is taking up one tile in our stockpile. That's not very efficient. What we'd much rather is if they could get put in bins.
There you go.
So, two things.
Berry
First of all,
bins.
berry bins.
Very big.
First of all, on our stockpile we can define how many barrels and bins are allowed to be included in a stockpile, and right now it's set to 0.
Nice.
We can move with E and R, we can kind of like shuffle things around. If I just hit Shift R, then it'll max barrels and max the bins on V. And you know what, we'll go with max wheel barrels, which is apparently 3 here. Not that we have any of these things.
Question.
Yes.
With all the amount of berries, for instance, for food,
Uh-huh.
that stuff spoils, correct?
Well, berries
I'm
would
not
dry.
sure that it does, actually.
Berries would dry.
Corpses and things do, but I think that once an animal is butchered... Is the door upstairs open?
I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
I think Gilbert wants to go up.
Alright, I'll let him.
Okay.
Actually, I'll be right back too.
Okay, but anything cut out like that does not spoil.
Okay.
So once it's in storage, it's been, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's pickled or
Well,
something.
you can dry berries.
Sure, you can dry berries. We're having craisins.
There you go.
Very good. But it's taking up a lot of space, so we want those bins and barrels and things, but we probably don't have any yet, or we don't have very many, so we want to construct them. And as well, this is going to happen in the carpenter's workshop. But again, our carpenter is busy.
Yeah, we gotta get him unbusy.
Yeah, now that'll happen once they finish hauling everything, but maybe Nil over here. Frankly, Nil's got a lot of jobs. He wears a lot of hats. He's a butcher, a tanner, and everything.
He's amazing.
You know what? And carpentry is going to be pretty consistent. Let's take him off all the hauling jobs. He doesn't have to haul this stuff anymore. Commit changes. So he'll finish whatever job he's currently doing. Nil.
And drink.
Probably have a drink, because it's what you do. But then he'll become free and he'll start, where's Nil?
just drink.
Yeah, all right. And then he'll finish the carpenter's workshop. Now, one of the things at this point is it's kind of a pain to do all these little constructions, because you have to go to the workshop,
Yeah.
you have to assign them something. We're gonna simplify this. In our mason's workshop, we are gonna very quickly create a stone or a rock table, and I'm gonna create a rock throne, which is a chair, which is a C hotkey. I'm gonna create those two things, and we'll come back once that's done. Again, our mason, we might want to take off the hauling job, but for now, I don't know. There's only so much hauling that they're going to be doing. Hey, look! It's totally springtime now. The river is flowing. We can see our little lakes. It is lovely. See, this
We
game
can
is...
start fishing.
Yes! Well, our hunter, again, is busy pretty much hauling everything. Okay, our mason has no job right now, which is surprising. No, he's hauling again. Okay, just a little pause. Mostly hauling things back and forth. You know, there's some delays. Later on, like, at some point in the game, you're like, I just need more people working.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get migrants soon.
Right.
And the more we produce and the more we trade, the more migrants we're going to attract. And then at some point, you're going to be like, I have too many dwarves! They all need bedrooms and to be fed and all this, and it's miserable, and well, it's fine. Alright, our carpenter's workshop is done. So, we wanted beds, right, which we can do. So, construct bed. But the other thing we can do here as well is bins and barrels.
The bins and barrels.
So, the barrels are here. Barrels are good because in addition to storing food, they also store booze.
Of course.
So we want
I
lots
just
of that.
assumed they were booze.
And bins. So I've queued up one bed, one barrel, and one bin. One of the things I can do is I can set that repeating job, right?
Yeah.
What this will do is it'll construct a bed, and then finish it, and then it'll construct a barrel, and then a bin, and then a barrel, and a bin, and a barrel, and a bin, and a
Very
barrel, and a bin.
nice.
Forever. So I'm actually going to go ahead and queue up more beds, because we have 7 dwarves, we need 7 beds. So that's 5, 6, 7. So now we've got 7 beds queued up, and then he's just going to sit here and make barrels and bins forever.
Okay.
Until he runs out of wood. That's going to be pretty good for us. And then our goods that are in here in our stockpile will eventually get put in these bins.
Yeah, because that little stockpile's getting full already.
Now our mason is still busy hauling as opposed to masoning, but at some point we're going to run out of stuff over here. Oh, now the T key. T allows you to view items in buildings. You can see it over here. View items in buildings.
Right, okay.
So I can hit T and I can see what's left in our wagon. See how much stuff is in here, and there's
some stuff
yeah,
left.
there's quite a bit left in
We're
there.
going to be hauling for a while.
One of the other things is our wagon doesn't
That's
need
a
to be out here anymore.
Big wagon.
It's a huge wagon. So I can actually hit Q, go over to the wagon, hit X to remove it. Someone's going to go over here and dismantle the wagon. Because the wagon's made out of wood. It's like 3 logs or something. So we're going to dismantle the wagon. We're going to get 3 pieces of wood out of it. Because why not? It serves no purpose anymore.
Okay.
We need no wagons.
You could plant flowers in it or something.
Right. Do one of those things, those antique things, like my dad always does.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Put the barrels in it.
Yep.
Plant. Yeah.
Now in our stockpile, we've actually still some of that microline we mined earlier is still sitting in here. That's actually taking up places. We could tell people to move this out. We could do all kinds of things. Cancels the butcher animal because there's nothing to butcher. But that's fine. Does there happen to be anything in here? No. So there's nothing to butcher right now. But that's fine. Normally when you're hunting, it automatically happens. You hunt, you kill something, it creates a butcher job automatically.
Okay.
And also,
Which makes sense.
we should have a tannery. Tanner
Yeah,
shop,
we
which
need
is
all
N.
that armor that we told them they could have and didn't give them.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get you equipped with the best cloth.
You won't have to punch a wombat to death again.
Well, maybe, but yeah.
Oh, the Boyer's workshop got canceled because someone was in the way.
Ooh.
So it got suspended. Someone happened to be in the way when it was trying to build.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to hit S to toggle the suspension, so they'll try again when they get a chance. And again, our military we're going to equip with a bunch of crossbows, apparently. So the most is still hauling. And I mean, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it does take up a lot of dwarf power.
Dwarf power.
Bedrooms have all been dug out now, which is great. And my table, no, they're still, okay, my mason, I'm going to take them off hauling. Masonry. Zaz it over here. We're going to toggle this stuff off.
You guys took off your hats.
Mine kept, it's almost fell off.
Okay.
It just kind of slides to the side.
But I'm going to be original.
There, of course.
We struck amethyst. Hey, we found some amethyst.
Ooh,
It's very exciting.
goodies.
And gems are pretty good for adding value to things.
Of course.
And when you create crafts, you can encrust them with gems after if you
You
want.
can get a gem encrusted mug to
Yes.
sell.
Yeah,
Those are the kind from Niagara Falls.
there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very, very valuable. Highly prized
Yeah.
souvenirs. You can also encrust furniture with gems.
Ooh,
That's you can use for
nice.
nobles
Oh,
and
they,
stuff.
they just pick it up automatically and put it in the workshop.
Yeah.
Now that we have one.
Because I've said
Lovely.
store everything in there except for stone.
Except for stone. So we need another one for stone?
We can. The problem is you're going to generate so much stone that you'll be sort of hauling things forever. Some people like to get rid of the stone because it's sort of, in a sense, a bit of an eyesore to have it kicking around there. But you can also produce goods. I mean, eventually you'll produce enough stone goods that you're just going to burn through all of it.
Okay. So it's just an aesthetic.
Question. On the floor where it has all the separate colors for, you know, like for instance the nice and such. And was it amethyst that you just picked up? What was it?
The
Yeah,
purple
this
one.
Yeah, okay, so you get the little purple square that's still there. I see that. Does that indicate that there's probably more below if you dug down? Or does that
I
even
wondered
make...
about that earlier.
I
too,
don't
yeah.
believe so. I believe this is just because this used to be just an amethyst tile.
Okay.
So the floor is still like, sort of has amethyst sort of remnants to it. It's possible that there's still amethyst down there because it creates the mineral veins in a sort of like multi-layer sort of setup, I believe.
Yes, I was wondering.
So it's certainly possible, but it's not a guarantee of anything like that. But we'll go delving for more valuable resources pretty damn soon.
What's no,
sorry.
that's okay. What's that one?
I believe that's just an extra tile that's still designated to be mined. I think
Oh,
it's
it just
another.
hasn't been finished
Yeah,
yet?
it's another
Oh,
silver
okay.
wall that hasn't been dug out yet.
Ooh. Yeah, look at
We actually didn't leave much silver behind.
and then we've got is this all silver?
Yeah, it's more silver, so we can keep digging that out.
Sweet.
Silver's being...
Maybe
There we go.
we
That
do
got left
later.
behind. Well, as people become better miners, not only do they dig faster, which is very nice, but they also leave more stuff behind.
It's the stuff you can pick up rather
Yeah.
than just
See, like
destroying
he's
it
just
in the process.
exactly. He's digging a bunch of these walls out and not leaving anything behind.
Oh, so there's actually a benefit to waiting until they've done some other digging. before
Possibly,
you-
but the thing is, I mean, we have like hundreds of layers of dirt beneath us. We will find more goods.
Okay.
It's not a problem, I suspect. And silver's not a very important mineral for us.
Oh,
I mean, silver can make valuable things. That's true. It's also quite dense, so it's actually pretty good for making warhammers.
okay.
But other than that, listen, our mugs. These are going to be epic mugs. You have no
Yeah,
idea.
silver mugs, gem encrusted.
You're going to pick up the mug and it'll have like a purple name tag on it.
There you go.
Very epic.
Epic mugs.
Yeah,
You need a purple... What's the epic name for the purple?
I don't know.
name tag?
I'm not sure. You're right, though. Okay, our mason has finished making that table of chairs. If I can... I was hoping to actually visually see it, but... Table?
Is that a bed there?
That is a bed.
Cool.
I'm not sure what the throne is, but it has finished those
And one of
jobs.
them looks like a TV. I'm probably guessing that's not what it is.
I don't know. And this X here, this is our bin.
Ah,
Which is the TV?
okay.
This? I think this is
No,
probably an S
lower.
box.
One to the left, two down.
This is our table.
Oh, okay.
So-
It looks like a TV.
Yeah, fair enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this table and chair. I'm going to place it maybe right over here. So I'm going to build. And instead of going to a workshop, I'm just going to hit T to build a table. So I'm going to build it here. We have one microline table, and you can see it's blue. We should also have a throne, which is C for chair. I'm going to place it right next to here, microline throne.
Okay.
So I'm going to wait for someone to come by and place those, which should hopefully happen pretty soon. I mean, people are mostly still stockpiling things, but hopefully someone can go and place that for us.
So the table and chairs do what for them?
Well, what's going to happen is I'm going to hit N. N is our nobles and administrators of Zasitad, which is our little fortress.
Yes.
We have an expedition leader, we have a militia commander, and then we have a variety of other roles. Sheriff, hammerer, manager. The hammer is basically the executioner.
Ooh,
They don't use an axe, they use a hammer.
the hammer.
It's the dwarven way, I don't know. There's
I
the,
can just see the rundown for that.
Yeah.
Hit once, missed, smash the ear, crack it,
That would be
terrible. Oh. Ooh.
Start with a bigger
Ooh.
hammer.
what,
Oops, I missed. Destroyed the body.
what I'm doing right now is setting up a manager.
Okay.
A manager will help us manage our jobs quite a bit.
Oh,
Who do we assign to
lovely.
that? I don't know. We don't have anyone with a relevant skill. I suppose we should use our expedition leader for it, just because thematically. Why not?
Yeah.
So our expedition leader is now our manager, Zulbin. You can see it says in red here, require. Used to be gray. Like the expedition leader was already here, but it was a gray for the require. Now it's a red. He required something specific to be able to complete his job as the manager. If I hit enter to view the unit, he has no office.
Oh,
He needs
poor
an office of at
guy.
least meager quality. And a meager office means just a chair and a desk to work on. So I'm just going to wait until someone places those things, and then we'll be able to give him that, and then we will have a functional manager. And our manager helps us manage jobs and create goods. And you'll see, oh, this person is sleeping on the floor. See that Zed?
Oh, that's what that is. The
Yeah,
little
in fact,
flashing.
if I go over to him, and then I go status, thoughts. So we've got some a little bit fed in. Oh, ecstatic lately. She slept on a rough cave floor recently, which is bad. She doesn't like that. Slept in the grass recently. Doesn't like that. Talked with a lover. She has a lover?
Ooh,
She's
there's
became
a
caught up in a new
romance.
romance recently. She made a friend recently. She's complained about the lack of chairs lately. She's been satisfied at work lately. So there's certainly negatives, but she's got some
She's
positives.
in love. The rest just doesn't
She's
matter.
romantically involved.
Our relationships, we can see her lover is Zazid. Her and Zazid are lovers.
Oh, oh.
And her deities, she's got a pet. Oh, that's her hunting dog. And she's got 3 friends. And 2 people who are just acquaintances.
Well,
So no enemies, that's good.
Isn't that cute?
Don't want enemies.
Not yet.
Uh-oh.
It's probably fine.
Well, Wolverine, I guess, was an enemy.
Oh, she just fell down and exhausted.
Probably most of them breaks, making barrels, sleep, 3 people sleeping. And because they all sort of spawn in the game at the same time,
Yeah,
a lot of their
yeah.
schedules are going to be pretty synced up. But they'll desync at some point.
Now, with all those barrels and bins, will they actually start picking this stuff up and stuffing it in, or
Yes.
we're just going to run in?
They will
get
start to
full
organize
here in a
things.
minute?
Yeah. See, I think that one of the people was going back
looks
and
like
forth
it
and doing
now.
that.
Yeah, we got some gaps starting.
Some things can't be binned, can't be barreled. And again, we're going to need more storage space as we go forward. But for now, this is working out kind of okay-ish. It's not the end of the world. So, again, I'm still waiting for someone to place those chairs and tables. This mason, he's got no job. He's got no job, but he's not a hauler. I forgot about that. I guess I can put that back. Or, you know what we need? We need doors. So let's add door, add door, add door, add door, add door. Just going to max out on doors. So we're going to need lots of them. So I can queue up to 9 there.
Okay.
So we're going to need one for every bedroom at least. We've got 7 bedrooms. We need 2 for the dining room. And we're going to need far more as we go forward as well. So that's okay. Oh, he's hauling the rock very slowly. But you know what we might want to do?
That is so cute.
Stockpile, stone. Let's build a stone stockpile
Yeah.
right here
In the middle?
in the middle. And we can change the settings. And what I'm actually going to do here is go down to the stone. I'm going to go over, I'm actually going to turn off all stone. All I care about is this other stone. Other stone is the cheap ass stuff that you don't need to save for anything. and is good for making like rock furniture and rock buildings,
Okay.
right? Because it's metal ores. You don't want to use hematite to make a door because you want to smelt it into iron. So we are going to permit other stone in the stockpile. And what's going to happen is people who are idle will bring generic rocks over to here. And because this will be the closest to the workshop, it will keep using this. And that means our mason doesn't have to walk very far
Nice.
to get the rock he
like
needs.
it.
And our less valuable dwarves will start to haul things instead.
Okay.
This becomes more important when you get migrant waves later, and you can look at the dwarves, and some have skills and some don't. Some people, their jobs is just going to be haulers.
Well,
Someone's got to
you know,
dig ditches.
Somebody's got to do it.
All right, so we've got the chair placed. No one's placed the table yet. Everyone's busy. Drinking, on a break, doing things. All right. I mean, eventually the stockpile is going to fill up, so at least there's going to be that. Let's wait a tiny bit more. Oh, there's another bin there, which is good. So we'll just wait a tiny bit longer, and we'll get the manager. We got some debris, but they don't clean up this debris that's outside. But you can see some is in our refuse pile.
Oh, look
This
at
is stuff that was inside. Do we have any other critters kicking around? Eagle man, eagle woman. All right. I think I liked the animal system better a couple of patches ago because there was just less of it. There wasn't like all these different variants and weirdness and things. And
I kill like an eagle man. Like, you?
I don't know. Eagle Woman's worse.
Eagle woman. It's karaoke night.
There we go.
Okay, so we got our table of chairs. Good. I'm going to hit Q. Again, Q is what you interact with built stuff. I'm going to click on the chair. So we go on the chair. We can create a throne room or study. A study is what we need for our manager. I'm going to hit R. And then we get to map out like the size of it. Well, so this is a really shitty study. It's not even a proper room. It's in the middle of our workshop zone. This is going to work fine for this because all they need is a meager office. They don't need anything fancy. They just need a table and chair to sit at.
Right.
So we're going to size it to that. So it's going to encompass the chair. Actually, I'm not even sure you need the table necessarily, but whatever. I'm going to hit enter. Now, I've created this study, but we have to assign it now. So I will assign it to Zulbin, who is he's our manager.
Yeah.
So there we go. So he's the current owner. And now if I hit N for our noble screen, you can see he's totally satisfied. Requirements have been met.
Goodness.
So now we have a manager, which is great. So what do we do with the manager? Well, over here at J, we have the job list. We hit J. We can see all the jobs that currently exist in our whole fortress, including the ones that aren't being met right now. Like there's a bunch of stock item and stockpile jobs, which no one's working on right now because everyone's busy. This screen is useful-ish, but not really. Mostly it's this M key for manager. This key is awesome. So we have a dining room that we built.
Yes.
We need tables and chairs for the dining room, obviously, right? So what we could do is we could go find, where's the mason's workshop? I don't remember. Oh, here it is. And then you go in here and you're like, I need a bunch of tables. Screw that. We're going to go J for jobs, M for manage, Q, because why not, for new order. And we got a list of everything we can possibly make. We can start typing. I will make a table. What kind of table would we like? Would we like a gold table?
Oh.
We want rock at this point. Construct rock table. Hit enter. How many would we like? I think the cap on here is 30 at once.
Oh my.
Right now, let's just create 5 tables.
Okay.
Obviously, we also need chairs for that. Although, when we make chairs out of rock, they're called thrones.
Right.
So we will make rock throne. We'll make 5 of those.
Lucky.
So we click out of that, and then what will happen is on our mason over here, if we give it time, give it a few ticks for our manager to actually engage and work on it, he will automatically queue up the jobs over here. Including, if you remember, the mason we could only fit like 9 jobs in here, but it'll fill up the 9, and then as they get done, it'll just keep topping it off and topping it off.
Really nice.
Now, one of the other things we want to do is we want to brew drink.
Of course.
We want to brew lots of drink.
30 out of 30.
And what will happen is we'll actually get, if we were just queuing it up in the still by itself, is right now we might get the warning of, well, there's nothing distillable. We're out of berries or plump helmets or whatever, which actually we probably are, and I got to check up on that really soon before our whole fortress freaks out. Holy crap. And what would happen, that automatically cancels the jobs.
Right.
And so what we have to do is every now and again we'll go and try to requeue them and do all that. Well, this will automatically keep requeuing them. up until, eventually we'll actually have
lovely.
berries and barrels and stuff to work with. Doesn't mean we might get like repeating errors of canceling job, no berries, canceling job, canceling
Well,
job.
yeah.
But eventually it'll get going. Now, food situation. That's a good point. We're down to 10-ish drink. We don't have much meat or plants stored up. People are going to start freaking out and starving pretty soon because I've totally forgotten about this aspect of the game. Apparently we need to feed people. So, two things.
Where is that?
The short term, obviously we can pick more berries. That's one thing. And we might want to do that. We might want to designate some plant picking. Right? Block off a little bit of an area here. Pick up a few plants. Keep people
Okay.
topped off. We'll turn some of it into booze. We'll eat some of it, and that'll be fine. What we really need to do is get a farming industry going.
Yes.
Farming's good.
Farming is good.
So there's two types of farms we can build. We can build farms here, in the sun, outside. That's not the dwarfish way. I mean, we can, and we can plant
It
strawberries.
sounds very elvish to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm an elvish impersonator.
Oh, okay.
The other thing we can do is we can build subterranean farms.
I like that.
Subterranean farms are great because you can grow
And
mushrooms
they're
there.
handy and they're safe.
Yes. Now the complication is you can't just farm on rock,
Of course not.
right? So this is a rock floor. We can't farm here.
No.
There's two ways we can deal with this. One is we can carefully flood this area, which will leave a little bit of mud behind, and then we can farm on that.
Uh-huh.
The other thing is if we found a place that had clay and sand and stuff, we could farm in that area. Now, this happens to be quite rocky here, which
I
surprises
saw
me.
purple up there too. With the purple stuff, is that like more amethyst? Go further, right there.
Yeah, that is amethyst.
Okay.
And here we've got, that might be emerald.
Yeah.
It's green.
Tourmaline.
Ooh.
And there's some more stuff down here as well. But specifically down here, we do have
There's clay there.
some clay here.
Kind
So
of far away.
it is. It's actually kind of inconvenient. But we might be able to do something. I don't know how much clay is here is the problem. We could mine our way over. The other side actually looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is it's so far away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, what if we went up?
There's not going to be clay up. There's going to be rock up.
Well, you're right. But sometimes it's covered in, soil.
Okay.
A soil layer. But now it's not. This is pure rockiness all the way. And even here, it's nice where there's... Oh, there's some
There was
clay.
a clay somewhere.
Okay, well, then we might... Near the river, maybe?
You would think.
Oh, it is. It is actually all clay near the river.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what we might be able to do then... Alright, going into designation mode. I'm going to go over where my stairs are. I'm going to go down one level.
And we're going to dig over to the river where there's clay and then flood the whole place. Okay.
On the right side,
I just
it
wanted
won't
to make
flow
sure
down.
I understand the game.
Yeah. So I'm going to go and build some up-down stairs. And so this is directly below my staircase, which is why
Yes.
I'm looking down the stairs and I can see what
Yeah.
rocks are here, right?
Yes.
So up-down staircase, I'm going to designate more of that. In fact, you know what, while we're doing this, let's not just dig down one level.
Let's go to.
Let's
yeah.
be dwarfy. We're going to dig deeply and greedily.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, all right, I'm in designation mode. I for up-down stairs. I'm going to position myself in the right place and hit enter to start. I'm going to go down here to draw the other corner.
Right.
And then I'm not going to hit enter yet. I'm going to go down a few levels. Now I'm going to hit enter. So
sweetness.
you can define that this is relatively new in the patch. This is like the greatest change ever.
No kidding.
You can build in sort of 3 dimensions. So we've got
like
that.
it.
But then also we are going to mine, and we probably, you know what, we can get away for now with sort of a one.
Now, how deep does the clay go?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to build out kind of to the side here. We're going to dodge this place because it doesn't look very.
Do you think?
Worth it?
But I'm hoping that somewhere in here, I'm hoping this is all clay.
That
We're
would
gonna
be
we're gonna find out once we get there. So our miners are eventually gonna get over there. They're probably still busy hauling and stockpiling and all that,
Drinking
and drinking and being dwarfs, all day long.
Oh, we know one of them has a lover.
Yes,
and they don't even have a bed.
not yet.
Oh,
You
that's
don't need a
hard.
bed?
That's hard.
Been doing it in the
Apparently
grass,
not.
I
The
guess.
grass,
Some more
stone
silver.
floors.
They're dwarves. How about stone?
Yar.
Stone table.
Yar.
Wait, is this a kid's channel? No, it's not a kid's channel.
No, we say frack way too often for that. All right. So now we're digging out way over here. And we're going to see what we can do. We might actually end up wanting to build a little stockpile over here for the food,
Yeah,
probably, rather than having our
that's-
farmers haul back and forth and back and forth.
I agree.
Hey, there's a fish in there.
We
Oh,
can go
food.
fishing. Looky, it's flopping around.
It's a brook lamprey.
Oh, make eel pie.
Yeah. Well, we do have our
It's
hunter.
not electrical, is it?
Hopefully not.
Eel pie. Shocking.
All right. Construct rock table 5 has been completed.
Oh, look at this.
As soon as the chairs get done, then we can set up a proper dining room.
Question: what if accidentally,
Did we
in some
keep
way,
doors? No.
you spawn water there? Does he have a chance to get the hell out in time, or does he?
Yes-ish, probably. Yeah, they can generally outrun to a certain extent the water.
Okay.
But it would still be very unpleasant because it would be hard for us to dig out the rest of the fortress later. Well, we could dodge. No, it'd be okay. But we'll be fine at this point. Luckily, if he's digging and he feels moist stone or soil or something,
Hey, pirate.
they will then stop.
Yeah.
Right? So if I actually go to dig,
Okay.
you can see this glowing stuff. This is because we already know this is moist. But yeah, if they dig and they dig and they dig and they're like, whoa, this feels wet,
Okay.
they will stop.
So you're telling me your dwarfs are smart enough to not flood themselves, and yet you...
Listen,
I just want to understand the game. I'm sorry.
I don't like what you're implicating here.
Master of strategy.
There we go. Cancels drink needs distillable item. So at this point, that's canceled all the brew jobs, but it will automatically requeue them over and over as we get more.
But we don't have plants? Do we have anybody gathering plants?
They've gathered some still sitting around, but we'll definitely need more because we're still horribly out of food right now. Food and beer, like we're gonna get a tantrum spiral that'll kick in pretty soon, and that's gonna be horrendous.
So we only have one gathered plant. Storing items. Okay.
It's actually our hunter, which frankly I'd rather than be fishing and hunting right now. That's Aleph over here. Aleph, you're no longer gathering plants. You're now going to be fishing and then cleaning fish and dissecting fish, although it does mean we need a fishery. So you will be hunting or fishing. You will not be picking plants.
So who's picking plants?
Probably the farmer. We're going to build workshop fishery, which is H. Out of nice.
So how far along is he on this little trail of
It's midsummer.
hallway towards the water?
Midsummer.
Yeah.
We
need to start making mugs. You're right. So,
Ooh.
over here, we are going to add a task. That's the Mason's Workshop. That's not where we want. We want still Craft Wars. Add a task, rock, mugs, repeat. Forever, until you run out of rock, which will never happen. In fact, later on we might want more than one of these workshops. Although, once these people get better and better at skills, they'll be popping up masterwork mugs one after another.
Nice.
And these things are going to be worth so much, it's going to be insane. We're going to break the
Really?
world's economy based on mugs.
Oh my god.
Or wait,
Actually,
whatever.
Wait, it didn't work that way because then supply and demand goes weird.
Yeah, that's not modeled at this point. It will be,
Shh.
but
Don't
it's not
tell
yet.
them. Don't tell them.
The world has an infinite demand of mugs.
Hey, tourism. You always take another trip.
Yeah. This guy's hauling a gem and he's going really... Actually, it's not a gem, it's some sort of
It's
economic
going very,
stone.
very slow.
What is he hauling? Cobaltite. You know what we need? Some wheelbarrows.
There we go.
Made out of wood. Or gold! Let's make right now we
You know,
need... three, I
Everything
guess.
else is made out of like shitty materials, and then you have like the golden wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
That would be
Ooh,
amazing.
purple spinel. Spinal? This is Spinal Tap.
Ooh.
They're tapping spinals right now.
This one goes to 11. Oh, what is this? Sphalerite?
Sphalerite?
Yeah, if he leaves any behind, then we can click on it and see like what it's an ore of and what it'll give us and so on and so forth.
Oh, he's got
'Cause I
a
don't-
couple there.
That's not sphalerite though.
stopped.
That's more of the
Why did he
cobaltite,
stop?
which I believe will be copper. Maybe. Actually, no, it's not. I don't know.
He's leaving.
Oh, he's thirsty. He's been working hard.
He did. I guess so. He's got 3 blocks left. And
Listen,
Look at
Stop.
this.
I'm getting kind of concerned
This is like
that
a
we haven't
union
hit
worker.
more
There's
clay.
no clay.
That's right.
We might have to do the flooding thing, which means we need some mechanisms.
Mechanism number 1: scuba gear.
So you're recreating the Nile.
Listen, I deny it.
Oh
I'm in denial.
Oh.
my god.
He's back.
It's been a long time since I've worked these sort. Some migrants have arrived. right, so we're
How
gonna
many?
pause. 1, 2, 3.
We can't have too many at a time, because...
Oh my god! And what the hell are these things?
Well,
Giant chinchilla.
fur?
Hopefully.
Plants? Food?
All right, so they're mostly idle because right now we don't have our dining room set up yet. We're pretty damn close though.
No.
I need to reset my hotkeys.
Okay, now, can these migrants, are they sort of hostile or just sort of
No,
curious?
they're good. They come to live here. They've heard great things about us.
Oh, excellent.
They've heard about our mug-producing futures and decided that they needed to be part of that.
I understand.
So what I've just done is I have built table, built thrones, built doors. We have them already like constructed,
Right.
but we're going to place them here.
Oh, okay.
We're going to set up the dining room, and then we will assign this as our meeting hall. And all our idle people, including migrants, will then come to the meeting hall instead of standing out in the wilderness and getting slaughtered by giant chinchillas.
Yay.
Oh, God.
Wait, giant...
They've got the sharp crow teeth. You
They're
don't
not,
understand.
Like, dangerous, are they really? Unless you attack them first.
And then the
They're
dwarf tried to
chinchillas.
bite
I don't think they're
it, and it choked on the
aggressive.
fur,
No.
and it was just terrible.
Yeah, they're not aggressive, but
Until you punch them and bruise their muscles.
well, hopefully we're going to shoot them with wooden skewers. That'll be perfect for barbecuing.
A big barbecue.
Yeah. There you go. Getting some doors down, and we still need to build bed, get the bedroom set up. Of course, now we've got migrants, which means we need even more beds than before.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This is the thing. Like every time there's a new wave, you're like, oh, good, I need more people up until a point,
no.
and then you're like, oh, for crying out loud, now I got to set up more bedrooms and all that, and all that. Build door.
So they
Door.
like doors?
Door.
Doors are useful?
Well,
Doors are really
some
good.
privacy, especially when you've got lovers.
It's true. But the dining room, the door there...
You'll see why the doors come in handy in a second, actually.
When you flood the place, they whoever's left in the room doesn't die?
Well, that's true. The doors do prevent flooding.
What are they made out of? Wood, right? Or stone? These are stone.
Stone,
doors.
yeah. Apparently they're like, this is dwarven construction. I mean, you read, like, in The Hobbit and stuff, like, they're so fine you can't even see the
Oh,
scene.
yeah.
Right.
Alright?
Speak, friend, then enter. It has to be the easiest riddle ever. Gandalf overthinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melon. Whatever, hobbits are good at riddles. Okay, so... Oh,
There's
we do
clay?
have a little bit. Okay,
There's going to be a patch.
let's dig out a little bit of this area and hopefully get as much of this clay as we can. If we can avoid doing the flooding thing, we'll be much, much better off.
Now, is it possible? See, I noticed that you're going up to the clay wall, but is it possible for the water to push through?
No.
No. Okay, so we're safe.
Yes.
So I don't have to panic back.
That's right.
Okay. That's
Oh, look, clay.
And you see how fast they dig through clay, too? Like, I actually like to form most of my fortresses. I will look for a clayey area to get started.
Yeah.
To lay things up very
That's
quickly.
pretty smart, eh?
It doesn't leave anything behind. But other than that, it's pretty handy. You can also,
Wait, they finished?
like, scoop up... They're taking a break.
They're almost done!
Listen, I know.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and I gotta reset these hotkeys. So, I'm gonna hit H.
How hard is digging clay? Are
Nope,
they
not
thirsty?
H.
Stick your face in it.
What's the hotkey thing? Always do that. Oh, capital H. So, because by default your F1 hotkey is set to where your wagon was, well, our wagon's not there anymore. So we don't need our F1 to send us here. It looks pretty, but who cares? So I'm going to move over here
Sorry,
and hit
guys.
capital H. My F1 is selected. I can toggle between these. So F1, I'm going to hit Z to zoom here. Then I'm going to go down to where my farm will be. I will hit F2 and zoom there. I can rename it as well to farms.
There you go.
And now I can hit F1, F2, F1, F2.
Oh, I like
Hey,
it.
Very handy.
Good job. Glad I
A
thought.
person is fishing. There's nothing to catch in the central swamps, apparently. So now you know. Although, frankly, I'd be much happier if he was back to hunting. We've got things to hunt.
He's got bows and stuff.
He's got
now?
bows and he's
There
got
you
giant
go.
chinchillas to hunt.
Question. Aggro of giant chinchilla off of bow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that
Gonna find
equal
out.
dead hunter?
Does
I
he
don't
still
know.
have a wounded wombat laying around to go finish
No,
off?
I think that's done.
that's too
So we've got some people sleeping in these beds, but the
I
thing is,
hope
these
so.
are not actually their individual bedrooms. This is better than sleeping on the ground, but not as
Yeah.
good as having their own bedrooms.
Of
So
course.
I'm using the Q key. I'm going to mouse over a bed,
Cookie.
or put the cursor over the bed. Then I'm going to hit R to make a bedroom. And you can see, I can size the room, right? I can make it very small, all the way down to just the single tile of the bed.
Oh.
Or increase it, but it will automatically stop. It won't flow past doors. It's very handy for oddly shaped rooms to be able to like increase the size and it stops at the door.
Nice. No
Plus the
kidding.
door makes the bedroom look better and feel better and give it privacy. So we're going to hit enter. Now, when we set the chair, we hit to assign the chair. And we can
Yes.
assign the bed. When you make a grandiose bedroom, you can assign it to your mare or something like that.
Okay.
But in this case, we don't have to assign it because if we leave it unassigned, dwarves will automatically claim it and make it their own bedroom,
Oh, nice.
which is handy.
Okay.
But you can also make dormitories here, which are not as good
Yeah.
as private bedrooms, but they help with your overflow dwarves. You can make a big
Yeah.
room, stick 10 beds in there, call that a dormitory.
Right.
So I'm just going to make a series of bedrooms.
What's the advantage of barracks?
Barracks or where your military stay.
Well, I realize, but
Soldiers.
does it like give them like better sleep? Not better sleep.
Barracks can also include things like your armor stands, storage for armor,
Practice
practice
sessions.
dummies, and things like
Oh,
that.
okay.
They will go there and they'll train and spar
Right,
and whatever.
right. Excellent. Okay.
All right, so here we're starting to get some of our furniture in there, and what I'm going to do is use one of the tables, hit R to make a room. I'm going to grow it to fill this whole space. Hit enter. Now we have a dining room.
Nice.
And I'm going to specifically hit H to make it a meeting hall. So now all those migrants who are just standing outside in the wilderness will now make their way to the meeting hall. They will get there, they will get acquainted with people, and then they will start working.
Nice.
Because right now they're just not contributing. People will also go here to eat, which makes them happier, especially later on when we make the place a little bit prettier. Now, speaking of our migrants, let's have a gander
Dwarf.
at what they do. I'm going to hit read dwarves to reload. Oh, they're already in here. I'm going to group by migrant wave.
And we only got one female.
Yep.
Oh, God.
She's a trapper. We also got someone who is a weaver and a beekeeper. These are not very useful people. Mostly they're going to be haulers. Do they have any military skills? No, of course not. Any social skills? No. These are the most useless migrants ever.
They came here because nobody wanted them at home.
Yeah, they're the rejects. But oh well, they can carry things. That's fine.
Carry good work.
So we actually have a fair number of idle people. The weaver and beekeeper. Got it. Oh, we created nest boxes and we never built them. Build, capital N, nest box. So we're gonna do that. And another. And another. Another. We have a bunch. Okay, now we're out.
Oh, look at
So
that.
we've built them there, and what will happen is the various birds and things.
The bow.
Actually, oh no, they haven't been placed. Even though they're outside the pasture, I think the birds will come and claim them. I might be wrong though. We might have to put them inside the actual pasture.
Let
Let me try it. I'm gonna cancel a couple of these. Build. Oh, we need it because right now they're claimed. They've just been dropped on the ground.
Okay.
Build nest box. We'll see what happens then. Because they will go over and they will sit on them and then start laying eggs.
Oh, one's well, I thought one's been going for it. Oh, maybe. Thinking about it.
There we go. Okay.
Ooh,
So that's
that's
it.
a
We will
chicken.
remove these buildings. We will deconstruct these nest boxes. And then reassign them inside the pasture.
And Dwarf's like, I just put this here.
God damn it.
Right
He's going to
back
haul it
at
all the way to stockpile.
Of course.
This is not efficient.
It's fine. So we are going to have to dig out some more bedrooms. That's actually one too many. Now, you can actually record macros in this game, which is
Yeah.
very handy for placing these bedrooms. Also, actually, this works pretty well. So I can do that.
There you go.
Nifty.
Alright, so we have dining rooms, we have this, we have that. Now, things still look kind of crummy right now. You know what we're going to do with one of these migrants? One of these will become an engraver. Who's the least useful people? Beekeeper. We're not going to be doing any beekeeping at this point. I've determined it. This person is going to get the job of being a stone detailer. And what they're going to do, we can designate S for smooth stone.
Oh.
And we're going to make this a much nicer dining room.
There you go. Spiffy up the place.
So that person, if they're not busy hauling things, should come over here and start smooth the stone. There he goes. right?
Looky.
So it makes it
Yeah.
all nice and pretty, and which increases morale.
Happiness.
Or,
Exactly.
Keeps them from fighting over the only 3 women in the world.
Yeah. All right, so we've got our clayish area. We're going to build P, which is a farm plot. And, okay, see, here is red because it's just stone, no soil or mud.
Okay.
But here it turns green because it's clay. We're going to make it bigger, the UK keys. Actually, I'm going to make it a 5x5 area, which should be plenty for us. And it can even tuck it in. Yeah, I can tuck it in over here. So we're going to make one farm plot. So our farmer, at some point, is going to come over here and till the soil.
Nice.
And then we're going to be able to plant stuff.
not typical photosynthesis veggies, but maybe like mushrooms and such.
Mushrooms, exactly.
Mushrooms.
Those helmet
Mushroom,
head-
mushroom.
Exactly.
What were they called? Helmet heads?
Plump helmets.
Plump helmets.
So we get some
Oh,
people hanging out in the dining room.
There's a certain way I can go with that.
Yeah. Build nesting box. Let's build. Cut. Get an egg industry going on. I haven't actually played much with the nesting boxes or the beekeeping because those were all added in the patch after the last time I played for an extended period of
I'm
time.
thinking beekeeping must be good for the booze industry.
Hopefully you can make mead. I don't know. Maybe we should experiment with that later on. But for now, we're going to put a cut in this video and we'll be back very soon. See you next time,
Alright,
folks.
Bye.